Right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to SW6 Blues Pride of London. And today we have a very, very important special guest, Chelsea royalty, Babs. Afternoon, Babs.
Good afternoon, Mr. King.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Right, well,
quite pleased with our transfer market.
Right, listen. Yes, we'll get to that in a minute. And I see the Chelsea shirt behind you.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, we got the camera in the right angle. Right,
Good eyesight. Those bifocals working.
Yeah, listen. Yeah. What I was going to say is, I've known you probably about 30 years, haven't I?
Yes.
Or maybe longer. And everybody knows you at Chelsea. Everybody.
Yes.
If anybody who's anybody would know you at Chelsea.
That's right.
Right. How long have you been going to Chelsea then, Bob?
Well, my very first game was in 1984, Martin.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, it was by default.
How was that?
My son, we just lost his father 8 weeks prior. Yeah. I thought he was training at QPR under-8s.
Yeah.
And the police brought him home bumping over the Barbra wall.
Oh, Chelsea.
Seriously. So, after a lot of deliberations, me and my best friends decided he wants it that much in his life because his dad wasn't around, we should bring them.
Yeah.
So we got sporadic tickets through the 80s.
Yeah.
Just fell in love with the team.
Yeah.
You know, after that was it. I
Yeah.
became a season ticket holder in the minute he was allowed to go on his own, and I could meet people like you at Chelsea.
Yeah.
I got a season ticket, started to travel the world with us.
Yeah. Yeah, I've met you at many European games as well. You go everywhere with a team, don't you?
Yeah. Well, basically, it's been brilliant. I've been to all these cities I've never been to in my life with a load of friends, and had the pleasure of watching us winning loads of places too.
And the lovely thing, Barb, is you don't even have a drink when you go, do you?
It's not. You're no anti-total.
Fucking hell. Oh,
I have been known to have one or two, yes.
But you are always happy, mate. All what you've been through in your life, which we don't need to go into, but what you've been through in your life, mate, I admire you how you carry yourself. You're always happy. You've always got a smile on your face, and you're a true blue Chelsea girl. And you are the Queen of Stamford Bridge, mate.
No, I can't have that title, and I don't want that title.
No,
because
but people know
this team gave me everything. I tragically lost my son. And if it wasn't for Chelsea, I don't even think I'd be here. Mates like IEU, ex-players, you know, like we used to look up to, like Osgood, all them are now friends. Well, obviously not because they're departed, but it is one nice... The social side's brilliant at Chelsea. Yeah. We all look after each other. And a lot of teams can't say that, you know?
No. But you know so many people you know over Chelsea, Bob, over the years. And you've got so many good friendships amongst the Chelsea fans. What a Chelsea family, really, because a lot of people, as you said, tragically, you lost your son, you lost your husband, and the Chelsea people have been there for you through all that, haven't they?
Of course. It wasn't for them, as I say, I wouldn't even be here. My son's last wish was to follow his team in 2002. And I think I did nearly every European game.
Yeah.
I remember your friend, Blind Jerry, who we tragically lost to, in Stavanger.
You mentioned him recently, Martin, didn't you?
Hey?
Is what, mate? Yeah,
you mentioned Blind Jerry recently, didn't you?
Yeah.
What a character. What a lovely, lovely man.
Yeah.
Anyway, we were in Stavanger, playing in a plough field, in winds and everything, and we lost. And he said, it's the worst game he's ever seen. Well, we all thought it was so funny.
Yeah.
Seriously, but that's, that's the kind of man he was. So I think even the Sun reported it.
What do you think of the team that? I've just mentioned the transfer thing. Are you happy with what's gone on this summer?
Well, I've got a soft spot for Efren Pardew. And I was so happy they published, we're keeping him on because he never lets Wales down.
Yeah.
And now we've brought the new player in.
Yeah.
He's last day transfer.
Yeah.
And I think, he really wants to play for Chelsea and he's always done well.
Yeah.
In fact, the first time I saw him, what I liked him was, I thought he was David Luiz. And I actually said, why, he's having such a good game today, Luiz. And it was Pardew, a youth,
Yeah, he's a good player. So you've seen the changes from the 80s when you started going to modern football at Chelsea now. What do you think of the changes in the club? In respect
put it this way, Martin. My next door neighbour, when I bought the season ticket in 1994, said he'd sooner sit next to a Chelsea pensioner than sit next to me.
Why is that?
Well, women weren't kind of welcomed at football in those days.
True. That's true.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was going to... Yeah.
Once he realised I really knew the game, he thought I had a hotline to the manager because I was saying, we need to take him off, we need to bring him off. And they did just as I said. You know that? Guess what? I'm invited to his daughter's wedding. You know what I mean now? And this is the man that says he was sitting next to a Chelsea pensioner and a woman. So there you go.
Barbra, that's what I was going to ask you. You started watching Chelsea through the 80s and 90s. And obviously you was a woman. Was there many other women about on the stands at that time?
No, in the 80s there were barely any women.
Right.
There was me, but what I did was I went with another mother and their child and we just went with the kids. We didn't go to bars. Once my son started going on his own, that's when I started meeting, people at Chelsea. And even then, there weren't a lot of women about.
No.
But because of us, because we understood the game, we were finally accepted.
Right, because you knew what you were talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wasn't here just for a game. I was here because I actually loved the game. And I understood everything that was going on.
Yeah, I think you made a pathway for a lot of women today, Barbra, to be fair.
Well, do you know what? I'd be proud if I had, because there's so many go now, and so many people love it for the same reason I do. They've had troubles in their life, and they love the way we all look after each other.
That's true, very true.
No, I really do think you made a pathway, Barbra. I really do.
Yeah,
for women.
Thank you for that. I will take that. Thank you for that.
No, you're a remarkable woman from what you've been through in your life and how you've come out and how others at Chelsea love you. You know what I mean? Everybody knows you. Everybody knows you're always happy. Everybody knows you like to drink. Every fucking pub and bar around
Well, you all know you can't trick me under the table, though, Martin.
No, I've never tried. Fuck it,
I'm
I've
an
never tried.
expensive date, let me tell you.
He knows better. He knows better.
So what do you think of us this season, Barb? We're going to do anything for the Champions League?
Well, I was absolutely gutted when Frank left. I didn't think he'd be given enough chance, what with COVID and new players and, but TT has actually won my heart because he's so clever tactically.
Yeah.
He's using everyone to their best abilities and showing them they can play if they fit in. and everyone's prepared to fit in, and it looks like a happy house at the moment, so I'm happy.
Well, the thing is, he's not frightened to make decisions what upset players who think they should play. He will do what he wants, and that's what I love about him.
Well, exactly. And he'll take a big player and say, well, look, I need you to do this, i.e. Hudson-Odoi. He's not used to defending. No. But to play as a wing half, he's got to learn to come back and defend too. And because he has to now, he's trying to do that. Yeah. No, I think he's one of our best managers ever, I think. Well, I think his tactics are top class, Martin, and that's the truth.
Yeah. I mean, you're a big fan, Martin, of the manager now. You are a big fan of Frank as a player, but maybe not as a manager, won't you?
Oh, hang on, here's my delivery.
Okay, love. No, you go on. Hang on. Boom.
Right, Barb, you was just saying about Tommy Tuchel and about Frank Lampard. You were sad to see Frank go.
Yes. Right. I thought he did a magnificent job bringing our youth through. I thought he made the biggest mistake keeping the experienced players, i.e. Rudy, Aspie, the captain, out. Yeah, they are such big players. I sit near the front and I hear Rudy controlling the defence. Yeah. And that's what we were missing with the youngsters. And I think that was Frank's big mistake. Yes. He just wanted to go with his new team. Yeah. But he is a new manager. He will do well. And I've heard from the top he will have a chance to come back. You think he will? I think he will. It's his dream. He said he could not come to Chelsea, whether he was ready or not, because it was his dream. Well, exactly. Yeah, we give him a chance. I mean, I'm like you. I thought he was a world-class player. I loved him as a coach. I thought he'd reached the end of the road. That's my opinion, honest opinion. I love him as a player. I loved him as a person. But as a coach, I thought he wouldn't have won us the Champions League. He wouldn't. Hang on, no. But with no transfers, every other club spending millions, using our youth players and giving them a chance, he got us into fourth position. Yeah, I know that. I mean, be fair, it was only because of that certain referee. We didn't win the FA Cup that year. I know, yeah. Kovacic, 2 soft penalties, you know? Proven again last week. Yeah, it was a little wank. No, I'm not like that. I'm prepared to take the rough and the smooth. But that referee definitely doesn't like us. We know that. Well, there's something wrong there. He didn't even look at it for 4 Well, exactly, Martin. That's what I'm saying. And if something bounces off your hips and your hands are by your side, how can they not hit them unless you chop them off? The only thing I will say... It's impossible not to be hit. He shouldn't have been sent off. But the thing is, he wasn't having a particularly good game, Reece James. I love Reece James. But he did assist the goal, by the way. I think people come out and I think he's doing quite well. I think he's still learning, and I'm really proud of him. I put him in the team every week. But I thought his head weren't there on Saturday, Reece. I think he was a bit all over the place. I don't know whether he really, even though it was his beautiful cross that Kai headed in. Yeah. No, I just thought he mislaid a few passes. And I said to my Jan, we was both watching it, I said, and by the way, she says hello to you. She loves you, Jan. Oh, I love her too. And guess what? I wish you so much luck in your new life. Thank you. The two of you. Yeah, thank you, I'm quite jealous. Well, you know. Lovely dogs over those Norfolk Broads.
The Norfolk Broads. Yeah.
I know. We'll have to go up for a visit, Matt. Yeah, we'll have to go and steam them one weekend, Matt. Yeah. Well, listen, besides, who do you think? There's my dog's just come out now. Who do you think? Oh, bless her. Herman. It's Herman. No, that's Herman. No, that's Herbert. Herbert, not sorry.
Herbert and Mavis. Can you see them?
No, I can see like hedgerows and gardens.
No, we can see your fences, Martin, but that's it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry about that.
You must have put him on a diet. We can hardly miss Herbert. He's hardly lightweight. He's spoiling too much.
Who's that? Who's that?
There she is. Hi, Jan.
Hello, Jan. Hello, darling.
You all right?
Best of luck, my love.
Right, let's get back to the football.
Yeah.
She's a gooner, she can go.
She's a gooner.
Oh, come here. Go away. Go on, mate. Let's go away. Right.
Yeah. And back to women at football. Right. I've made so many good female friends now. Of all ages, Martin.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I've got a question, Barbara.
And love it like I do.
I've got a question, Barbara, for you that Martin has mentioned on previous podcasts about women commentators. What's your thoughts on them, Barbara?
Right now, you've got to be of a colour, a woman, or gay to be able to commentate. And
yes.
I think that's all wrong. I mean, certain commentators, Emma, our woman manager, you couldn't beat her tactically on her commentation, but her boring voice sends you to sleep. She speaks in one tone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She gets on my nerves.
Doesn't get excited. She doesn't. Only when we win, she gets excited. You know.
Oh, she's like half of my lad's love child, isn't she? She's fucking
but listen, she's smarter than you and I tactically, Martin, and both of us know the game inside out.
Yeah.
And you know what she says. This is happening. They should change it. It's exactly how it should be. You know.
Right. Yeah. So what do you think of women's football generally then, Barb?
Women's football, I went last year and to an open day at Chelsea. I had one of my best days there. I met friends with all their families, the children came. It was a lovely day. We had music at half time, DJs playing, and I thought the football was all right.
Well, the women England's football team has been very successful.
The Chelsea women's football team's been very successful.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
But the Europe, they couldn't do the double with us this year, unfortunately. Even though I rate the manageress or whatever you call her.
Manageress, yeah.
Sounds like fucking Sainsbury's or Tesco's, doesn't it? What would your feeling be if the football authorities brought in a rule that men's football had to include 3 or 4 women in the lineup, so they would be playing with men? How would you feel about that?
Yeah.
Well, I watched the mixed Olympics with women and men doing relays, and you could run them on any run. We did manage to win gold doing it, and I thought it was quite brilliant, actually.
Yeah. Well, what do you think?
Some swam the 2 men first, some used them intermittently as we did. So, yeah.
Do you think that'd work?
That'd be all right.
You reckon?
I mean, they do it for charity now, don't they, Martin? Mixed games.
Well, I can see that coming in the next 10 years where the team's got to have 2 women or so many ethnic background people.
Well, why is that wrong? Why is that wrong now?
Well, just anybody should... Yeah, well, if a woman's cut... But some transsexuals ain't women.
Oh, I know.
So you're going to get transsexual women playing football. Like you do weightlifting and boxing. And
exactly.
They get an unfair advantage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course they do.
Definitely.
Genetically, women are different to men. So I think that's a bit of a... Let women's football be women's football. Let men's football be men's football.
Well, and that's it. But maybe like for charity matches we can do that when it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
you know, everyone who wants equal rights, they can have their day, can't they?
Yeah.
There's always a way to be diplomatic, you know?
Yeah. For charity or special occasion. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Right, getting back to Chelsea, Barb, who's your favourite all-time Chelsea player and why?
Well, it is so hard because, of course, like when I first started, I had me Peter Oswoods, me Kerry Dixons, me Choppers. I love Johnny Boyle. Oh, what a lovely man. He just thanks me for being a fan every time I see him. But my favourite era was the 90s, because that's when I sort of met you lot and left my son and started going to bars and meeting people at Chelsea in the 90s, you know, with Rude Hullet and his sexy football, into Luca Vialli and his Italian football.
Yeah.
And, you know, we just started to get into like a nice vogue then, didn't we, you know?
Yeah. So who would you go for as your all-time? I'll put you on the spot. Go on.
I love little Sola. I've met him half a dozen times. I've had to defend him on the train when Birmingham lost 4-0 and the fans were trying to throw him off. He's with his poor wife, who's just as tiny as he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a lovely
story.
What a lovely man, and what a model, you know, for young boys coming into football. You know, never puts foot wrong, just stays up and practices, you know, to get better. He's a real role model.
Tell us the story.
Viali's really sexy.
Yeah,
so
Yeah, listen, tell us a minute. Tell us the story about Zola getting a little bit thrown off the train. What happened? I've never heard that one.
Right, we were playing, I think it was Wolverhampton. It had all gone off as per usual. We were all on the train, with nowhere to sit, so we just wandered into first class and just helped ourselves, you know, sat down. Next minute, all these Birmingham fans are trying to get through to him. They'd lost 4-0 that day. We had one, by the way.
Yeah.
And I love him. Go back. I'll set the old Chelsea on you. We'll throw you off the train. You're not coming in. And they were going, he's a brilliant player. We love him, but he's a shit manager. And when I actually met him, I said, why don't you just, you love golf, play golf every day and just coach our youth. You're the best role model going. Definitely. And after that, guess what happened? He turned up second in charge.
That's it,
the manager. So he did listen a little bit.
Yeah. See, people listen to you, Bob. You don't think they do, but they do.
It's not that. I've lived in his life. I've come out walking into the game, and there are hundreds. It's like Pied Piper of Hamelin. Everyone following him. He was injured. I got more lined up. I said, you can all get a picture and a photograph, get in line and get orderly. He loved me. He said, you're a very good girl, Barbra.
You know what he said?
Fair play.
Oh, brilliant.
Fair.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Well, so what are your plans doing this year, Bob? Still going to carry on going? And
of course. Obviously, with all these COVID things, I'm not jumping through hoops paying money. I missed this final, you know, but then I missed Baku too. But then I've seen us win. And that's the main thing, Martin. Once you've done it, that's like a bucket list, isn't it? Seeing us win, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So all that business over Porto and England or Porto or £300 for jobs, I'm a pensioner. I can't do all that, you know?
No, of course.
You're a pensioner now?
Of course.
Oh, yeah?
Of course, darling.
I thought you was younger than me.
No, darling, I'm your senior. Just sit down, darling.
You're such a fucking liar. Wait, how old are you now then, Bob?
You can't be asking a young lady her
You should
age.
never ask a woman her age.
Exactly, you've got it, man.
Yeah.
So rude.
Oh, dear.
Do you know, I love him dearly, but he's so rude, that Martin. I have to tell it, you know?
Oh, dear.
He always has to, yeah.
Cheers, Bob. Thank you.
No, but it's true, Martin. It's true.
I've always been the same, and I've always been fucking rude. That's me.
Exactly. But heart of gold, and I love you to pieces. You know that.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah. And we all love you, Bob. You know
talking
that.
About fights, you damn well know, and I'm proud of you too, darling.
Yeah, talking of fights.
Yeah. I was talking with your health, not literally, Martin. I was talking about your health, not literally.
All right, yeah, no, my health's all right. I feel all right at the minute. I've had a couple of bad days last week, but I'm all right now. I feel all right.
Well, we get to our age and it happens, love. We get our days. We just got to take it in our stride now.
Exactly. I think you get to a certain age.
We can't do what we used to do, you know?
Definitely, 100%.
I find it hard to, though. I really find it hard to. I still think I'm 16. Once I've had a few drinks, Martin, you know that.
Yeah. I was going to say, so do you think we'll retain our top European title or win the Premiership this year? Or
well, I think it'd be very hard for us to. I mean, this is the piece de la piece, you know? Yeah. I think it'll be very hard to, but I will put money on we'll be in the top 4 in Europe. We'll get to the semis. You know, might go down to... One thing about Europe, though, the referees are fair. And that's why we really enjoyed playing in Europe. Yeah. There didn't seem to be any bias whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know?
So you think the European referees are better than the English ones or the British ones?
Definitely.
Okay, Barbara, that's interesting. Interesting view.
And VAR is ruining our game, to be honest with you. It's not a good idea. I think maybe penalty decisions, things like that, but not for every little thing.
Yeah,
the box, exactly. Because it's just you know.
Yeah, I mean the offside decisions are almost
box. Yeah.
Yeah, if his lace is offside, isn't it? It's ridiculous.
Basically a toenail, you know?
Yeah.
Have you had to corrupt this thing?
Someone's got a big nose and they might be offside.
Exactly. It's getting beyond a joke.
Yeah,
you know, when it comes to that sort of graphics.
Completely agree, Barbara. It really is.
And you know, the old way, you won some, you lost some. That's the way it was. We took it
exactly. Referees' decisions were part of the game, wasn't they?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm not, you know, that's a bad thing to me. You know?
Oh, no, I VAR.
Whether it's across the line and that, no, I like that. Goal technology.
Yeah.
I mean, that time in Liverpool, that goal that we got that we never got, I ended up getting thrown out and banned. They did reinstate me 2 weeks later when I met the...
So, have you signed a petition against this? Because there's a petition going around.
Well, of course I have. There's 50,000, but not that it do any good.
No.
But it might make him think next time he's refereeing. You know,
he'll get
don't forget, there was 2 soft yellow cards he gave Kovacic on that FA Cup final.
Yeah.
I don't even think they were yellow cards, either of them.
No. Yeah.
But I think he knows what he's doing. You know?
Well, it's got an agenda, I think.
Because of his you think he'd take a look at it and study it because he knows what he wants, and that's that.
Yeah.
You know?
No, he's definitely got an agenda, but for some reason he doesn't like Chelsea. And talking about what Matty was saying earlier about commentators, you listen to some of the, not the women commentators, but the male commentators, some of them really hate us with a passion.
Well,
really don't
we have the Scouse Love Fest, and you all know I'm a Scouser.
Yeah.
But Chelsea through and through, aren't they? You know that. And the only that is one of my worst grounds to go to.
Yeah.
Something bad always happens. A kid gets it with a bottle. I mean, a flare. Nothing's ever said. You know?
Yeah.
It's like the loved-in team. It is very, very biased, and it is very annoying.
Yeah.
To be honest, I know Gary Neville quite well, and he's pretty fair. He doesn't like Chelsea, but he gives us a bet, you know?
Yeah. A massive thank you for Barbara's coming on SDO6 Blues part of London. There'll be more videos and interviews coming soon.